Thank you guys for coming back to Cobra TV, and this is going to be the first of many random podcasts that I haven't even given a name for just yet, but it's going to be just me talking about certain things, and one of the things I want to talk about is No Man's Sky today on this very first podcast here, and the fact that this huge, gigantic mess with all the missing features and the game not being what people expected it to be. I was in a subcast last night and we were talking about some of those missing features, and to be fair, at IGN First, Sean Murray did show a current version of the game, the last IGN First, very current version of the game, and he walked around, he shot at some rocks, he blew down a door, he got into a his starship, went right into space, went right into attacking a freighter, died, spawned at a space station, and he literally looked at Ryan and said, "This is the game." So we were shown a recent build of the game, and for some reason, us as fans, we were keeping the trailer from 2013 versus seeing the one from 2016 and fresh in our minds. But that does not excuse the fact that, that there are some missing features. They should have said something, that they were taking some features out. But on their blog post, they actually did, saying that they had changed some small features, so many. And, I guess it's a difference of opinion when you look at it. What is a small feature? What is a big feature? Rings around the planets, yeah. I consider that a small feature because the beautiful landscapes that you see, you look at them maybe 5 to 50 to 100 times, say, yeah, it's cool, take a couple pictures, but then you're off playing the game. It's the same thing with the ring planets. I mean, what are we going to do with them as far as gameplay, as far as just looking at them and seeing how cool it looks? I mean, it's going to make the experience seem a heck of a lot more real, that's for darn sure. And the orbiting around the star, the planets are not orbiting around the stars and things like that. But there are things that are missing. They did announce it. They announced it on the 8th, a day before the release of No Man's Sky. I think that is a little bit wrong. A lot of people missed that blog post on nomansky.com. I think it's a little bit wrong, when you are talking, we're talking about a game that was taking pre-orders, taking people's money, and I think that, if certain things were going to be left out, certain things that people were sold on, I do agree with a lot of people. I think that those things should have been made a little bit more clear as people were spending money. However, there are many different ways you can look at this instead of, looking at it as from a lying standpoint. There are certain things in the IGN First trailer that did not make it into the game. There are save points in the IGN First, not the trailer, IGN First video coverage, where he walked into a building and there was a save point inside the building, which tells me that they wrote that, they coded that, and it did not make it into the game. Something along the line somewhere went wrong and they had to strip some things down to get it out. I don't know. Maybe the current version that they actually have was crashing a bit and they thought that they had it fixed with a stripped down little version of No Man's Sky, and they had maybe planned to add a lot of it in very quickly, but all of a sudden that version crashed too. And I'm not trying to make excuses for Hello Games. Even with the missing features, I love the game, and I got somebody into the game that didn't even follow the game for the years that we all have followed the game, and that person is absolutely loving it and has nowhere near the kinds of complaints that a lot of people that have followed the game have. So that proves that to that person that it is a very, very good game, and he doesn't know the things that are not there. But with all the crashing and everything happened on PC and PS4, that is the only thing that they are currently working on. But I don't believe that that's the only thing they're currently working on. Hello Games has grown to a staff size of about 20 or so people or more, and now they even have a QA team helping them that is even larger. They paid for a QA team with their own money. They hired a QA team to help them with the crashing. So now we have 40 plus people inside Hello Games, or working with Hello. The group is now plus 40 people working on this crashing thing, and they've almost got it completely fixed. 80% of crashes have been fixed or more. I haven't crashed in a very, very long time through my gameplay, and they keep stating over and over and over and over again that as soon as they get this crashing fixed and everybody has a game that is working properly, they're going to start adding features to the game. So the sooner they get this fixed, the sooner we're going to have features added in. Now, I don't know if they're talking about the freighters or the base building, or if they're going to put the rings around the planets to make some people happy that are missing from the rings around the planets. And then I don't know if they'll ever fix the orbiting, because I seen a post or somewhere in an interview where Sean Murray said that they had removed something about the space station's orbiting, because it said it confused players. I don't know if I believe that or whatever. But one of the biggest issues that I see going around everywhere that people and there's several big issues. The animal variations, the size of some of the animals, that really doesn't bother me really too much at all. But one of the things that I see that does bother people a lot is the multiplayer aspect, being able to see another player aspect. For years, yes, Sean has said two things. He said, you can see another player, and that's how you're going to see what you look like. We already know that. He's also, whenever anybody ever brought up multiplayer, he's also shot it down. This is not a game about multiplayer. It's more about you seeing the results of others that are around you, knowing that you're in a universe with other people. But yes, you're right. He did add that you could see another player, and two people met and they couldn't see each other. Now, there is some data miners have pulled out something that does exactly it looks like the player model, but no, we can't prove that it's the player model. But it looks like a realistic version of Joe Danger, like a real model or something on wheels. I don't know what this is. I really don't know what this is. But if this is the case, if they haven't gotten the player model ready yet, which kind of concerns me, they should have the player model ready. But if it isn't ready, I could see why they would have being able to see each other turned off a little bit. But also, the data miners have found that the coding is not there for multiplayer. Now, I interview developers quite a bit, and one of the things that every time there's a game, even if it doesn't seem like it's worth multiplayer, I always ask, is this game going to be multiplayer? And a lot of developers have told me in the past that multiplayer, is expensive. You're renting the servers or setting up servers for yourself. It's expensive, and they usually wait to see if the game's going to be successful, so that way they have the money to be able to put in servers or to rent servers. So if you're a startup company, or if you're a company that has only made one game or whatever, getting a multiplayer game to work with a heavy amount of traffic is a little bit expensive. So there's this thing where they may not have been ready for a multiplayer, period. Sean Murray, when he was interviewed by GameSpot, said not all features would be there at launch. Not everything's going to be possible at launch, but they plan on making this game for a very, very long time. And nowhere on the internet has Sean Murray ever said that this game is going to have everything that they've ever said at launch. The only thing that he ever brought up talking about launch is that not all things will be possible at launch. I could be making excuses for him, but it's also, it's the vision that they have for the game. With everything that they've said and what they released, is it worth $60? I'm going to say no for a lot of people. It's not worth $60. And if you're on the fence and you follow this game and you're wanting to buy this game, I'm going to suggest to you that look at people's gameplay, look at my gameplay, see if it's what you want, see if it's what you like, because this is the game. This is what it is now. There are features that are missing. You can go to the Reddit post and look at that. And take a look at all those things that, see if it matters that much to you. But, if you haven't bought the game yet, or you're considering buying the game, watch my gameplay, watch somebody else's gameplay, see if it's what you want first, because it is $60, and they are going to, they're going to be updating the game. Now, there's this talk about Sean Murray being naive, and that he thought that he'd be able to do these updates for free, and at some point they're gonna have to charge for DLC. How do I feel about that? I feel that we better get. I feel that I deserve quite a bit of free updates way before that happened. And the updates I'm not talking about the bug fixes. I'm not talking about the crash fixes or anything like that. I want to see some features. I want to see a few things get added in. A lot of things get added in before they start charging for DLC, because this is a company. It's a business. If Hello Games doesn't decide to make another product before, if they don't decide to make another product, then how are they going to make money? You understand? I mean, at some point in time, they would have to charge for DLC if Hello Games is that passionate about continuing to create and evolve this game. Now, the game that we have gotten is an exploration game. It's a crafting game. You know, you craft, you mine, you get a better ship, and you have a journey to get to the center. After the center, Sean Murray said some people might feel like you beat the game and you could put the freaking thing down. And other people might see that there's a reason to keep on playing. And that's exactly what happens. And, you know, the fluff up with, as we said, there's something special at the center. You know, and that bothers me. Maybe they had a different intention on what happens at the center, or some of the posts that people are saying I'm crazy about, but I'm not the one who thought of it. I'm seeing people's posts everywhere on Reddit, on Steam, that there might be some way to unlock the real center, or the center of the galaxy, center, you know, and then you're looking for the center of the universe. And data miners have found that there's 255 galaxies in the game. I don't know how true that is, but, you know, I mean, but one of the things that I see all over the place is I've played this game for 50 hours. I played this game for 120 hours. I'm in, you know, the game does, it does suck you in and keep you there, and you do play it for quite a bit of time. And that's what's really weird about this game. You know, I haven't played a game for the amount of time that I played No Man's Sky for a very, very, very long time. So there is gameplay there, and, you know, 50 hours, 120 hours, that's a lot of time. And I don't know if the shallow feeling that people are saying that they have from it, I don't know if it's that, or if it's just that, you know, the game's only been out a couple weeks, 3 weeks tops, you know, and people already got 180 hours into it plus. You know, I mean, that's some binge playing right there. I can tell you, you know, when I binge watch something like The Walking Dead or something like that, and I can walk away feeling like I'm not excited about it that much anymore. I don't know, guys. It's just, the game's going to be consistently updated. Hang in there if you want to. If not, get a refund. And, you know, the comments telling me that I'm hammering away on Sean Murray's hot dog, you know, that's really stupid. That's really stupid, and you're really showing, you know, the kind of intelligence that you have. You know, a cute comment, buddy. But Hello Games did announce that they were going to have an update in testing on Wednesday, and it said a big update. So, not quite sure what this is going to be. They do have coding. Remember that. They have coding. They wrote all the codes for a lot of the stuff that's missing. It's already in there. I mean, well, it's already written for them. All they have to do is patch it in. And as far as seeing another player, you know, with us being so spread out as far as we are now, in the beginning, you know, we were on the edge of the galaxy there. We were kind of close. I kept running into places that were already discovered. Heck, I was even in one. Before I could upload it and discover it for myself, somebody discovered it. So, you know, being able to see other players, I think, since us being so far and scattered away from each other now, is a little bit pointless. But I do hope to see a lot of features added to the game, like a little bit of quests or side missions, or better space battles and better flight controls. And I do want to see co-op, because there's a lot of you on here on Cobra TV that I would really enjoy playing with. But as I have said in the past so many times, if you do not like the game, that is completely fine. Leave a very intelligent, educated opinion. Don't tell me that I need to die and I need to be pitchforked to death. You know, just, it's okay if you don't like the game. And if anybody, you know, comments that in the comment section that they just don't like it, you know, don't beat them up for it. You know, come on. I mean, there's only a certain number of people. I've said in the past, this game's going to attract a certain number of people. It's not going to be the end-all, be-all game. It's not going to be the last game that we're all going to play. It's not going to be the best game in the world, but it's the game that has attracted me because of the ambient playstyle that I have. And at the end of the day, I still enjoy No Man's Sky. I still love playing it. I look forward to the features and the updates that they consistently keep telling us. Hang on, guys, hang in there. We're going to fix the bug crashes, and we're going to add more content to the game. You know, so just hang in there if you want to. If not, who cares? Move on. Go play another game. Go play something else. Recently, I've been playing so many other games too, as well. I've been playing Appearing, Galactic Survival. I'm getting ready to start going back into Star Citizen and seeing how that looks now, because I haven't been in there for a very long time. And I've been playing around in Planet Nomads a little bit. Even though they released Bare Bones, and they said that they were going to release Bare Bones, there's no survival element to it at all. You can build to your heart's content. You can build anything you want. Everything works in the game without having to grind or anything like that. But it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to cruise around. You can make a little Moon Rider and just go, you know, not a Moon Rider, but like a Land Rover, and just go cruising around and keep respawning, get some pretty awesome looking procedurally generated planets. But I was late on the upload for Monday, and now I'm going to be late on the upload for Wednesday. So today at some point, or tomorrow at some point, I'm uploading the Indie TV game Spotlight, and it's going to be it's a game that I'm kind of interested in. It's a single player story campaign type game. Nothing spectacular or anything like that, just something that definitely fits my playstyle. And then the Indie TV news and updates is going to be a little bit late as well. I do have some gameplay of No Man's Sky that I want to upload, so this whole week is going to be entirely a mess as far as the schedule. It was my first time trying to heed to a schedule, my first schedule that I ever made, and because of my job and everything, it kind of just got thrown all out of whack. But I'll try and catch up. But as always, I love you guys. You guys freaking rock. You're amazing. Thank you for coming back to Cobra TV. Thank you for being as amazing as you are. And thank you for all the positive comments. It's heartwarming, and I appreciate it to the ends of this universe. All right. I will see you guys in the next video, and until next time.